Welcome back to Mad Dog Air Guns. Today we're going to make a start on the Benjamin Sheridan. I'm going to strip the wood off, sand it down and see if we can refinish the wood. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet, maybe just linseed oil or something like that. It has got some marks on it and stuff, I don't know if you're going to pick that up on the camera. One screw and this lot comes off. Now this bit of wood is sort of stuck to this. There is some roll pins, but I'm not going to go to the effort of trying to get those out. I'm just going to mask up the metal and sand it as best I can on the gun. So I'll get a large Phillips screwdriver and we'll take this wood off. So it's quite straightforward. You've just got one screw in there, which is nice and loose. I have had it off before, but I'll put it all back together when I put it back in the gun cabinet. Just get that screw out, that wood will just come off. And that just lifts up like that. I'll put that bit to one side. So there we've got the old stock. There's some nicks and stuff on it, so luckily the butt plate screws off, so that we don't have to mask that up or anything. So I'll get the sander out and we'll get cracking. Whether it's the best way to do it or not, I don't know. I've got this Makita. I've got 180 grit paper on it, so we're just gonna see how it goes basically. I will finish it off with a finer grade and see how we get on. Now one thing you want to be careful of when using an orbital sander on something like this, obviously we've got smooth round edges. You can soon take that roundness out and put like a line on it if you're not careful, so you've got to keep it moving. So that's it with a machine sander. You have got to be really careful with it because it does tap the roundness off the edges. So now I'm going to finish it off by hand with a bit of finer grit paper just to get a nice finish on it. There is a really nice grain on it, and what I'm planning on doing is just coating it in linseed oil, letting it dry and see what that looks like, because I quite like the natural wood look. So I've got this stuff here, Huile de Lin linseed oil. Give it a bit of a shake up. It's been sat in the cupboard for God knows how long. Let's go and get the lid off. Oh, it smells something like you put on wood. What are you talking about? I can hear you all saying. So I'm just going to put a bit on a rag, let it soak in a bit. Oh shit. I shall just kick this, I'll give it a good wipe off. It's coming up quite nice, if you ask me. I shall give it a good couple of coats of this linseed oil. Let it soak into the wood. Oh, it smells lovely. Yes, are you one of those people that likes to sniff everything? I'm just going to put a bit on the end as well, just to protect it. So that's what it's all about. I don't really like the varnished feel. Obviously, I won't do it to my new air rifle, the Gammo Hunter, because that's, as I say, it's new. But that's coming up really, really nice. I'll show you the original colour. That's the original colour, quite sort of orangey, and that's the colour of that. It's quite a nice grain on it. It is going to be a bit oily and slippery for a bit, but that'll wear off. So far, I'm quite chuffed with that. That's looking quite nice. And I know people are going to say, well, it's varnished to protect it and this, that and the other. I don't go hunting with it. It's just a bit of target practice out on the range. And I thought I'd do it to this guy. Now, I bought this years ago from a lad at work for 40 quid, £40, you know, what's that, $50, something like that. It had the scope on it. And it's always been brilliant, you know. It takes a bit of effort pumping it up. By the time you've pumped it up, you're wavering about all over the place because you're worn out. But yeah, I quite like that. There we have it, all back together. I had a bit of a thought. I thought perhaps they varnished it because the two bits of wood didn't come from the same thing, but I think they do match quite nicely. I'm going to give it a couple more coats of linseed oil and let it dry in, and then we'll see about getting the rest of it put back together. Here it is. I think it's turned out really quite nice. So we've got the butt plate to put on the back. That probably wants a bit of cleaning off. It's got a lot of dirt and crap in it, so I might do that beforehand. Got scope to put on it, which should hopefully sit about there somewhere. I've got to adjust it a little bit, and we've got a rubberized thing that goes over the butt. Hopefully that'll fit on. So there's a bit of rubber against my delicate collarbone. I just wanted to sort of make it look a bit more modern than what it is. Now this is like an 11mm rail, so let's get this put on first. So on this Benjamin Sheridan, it's got this plate which just screws in the top here, and there is a little cutout. I don't know if you can see that, there's a little cutout there for the so you can put your pellet in. Now I know some of you might use thread lock or something like that. I'm just going to put them in, just nip them up. You don't need to go too tight, you don't want to stress anything out, do you? Now I'll probably get a load of abuse for doing that now. That, to me, it's not, I've not set the scope up yet. I've set it so that it's, what they call it, is it the relief? I'm not going to go into it on this video. I'm just going to build it all back up and we'll see what it looks like in the long run. Well, I've just been in the bathroom and cleaned out there's grooves in the end of that, and where it's been stood in the ground, it's just got a bit of dirt in it. So that goes like that, and there's just 2 screws which go in. So that's all nicely on. I'm not, as I say, I'm not going to be setting the scope up today, but I will see if I can get this on. Who knows? Either will or it won't. There we go. We're all back together. Now, I think that does look quite tasty. Obviously, I don't know how it's going to shoot. So I'm using JSB Exact Diablos. These are .20 because it's a .20 air rifle. It's 0.890 grams or 13.73 grains for our Imperial friends out there. So I've got the chronograph set to metric at the moment, so we'll be shooting in joules and meters per second. I'll then switch it over to Imperial, so foot-pounds for all our Imperial friends. And I'm just gonna go maximum 8 pumps for now, just to let the gun settle in. I have just oiled it. It says not to oil it, but the mechanism was getting pretty sticky, so I've just oiled it. We'll see what happens. It might just take a bit of wearing that oil off, I don't know. Anyway, I'll do a few shots through the chronograph to start with, and we'll see what happens. So we'll catch you over here. So 0.89 grams. 7.44 joules. Alright, 8 pumps again. 8.46. 9.34. It's going up. I think that I'll put some oil down the barrel. I think that's wearing out now. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. When it seems to level out a bit, I'll do some more testing. So 10.51. So after being stripped down and cleaned and that, it's just bedding itself back in. I'll say I have oiled the barrel, so that's going to be making a bit of difference. Right, 8 pumps again. So that's leveled out now. So that's 10.18. So I'm going to try 3 pumps. 1, 2, 3. Right, this is 3 pumps. So 4.8, 3 pumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See what 5 pumps gets us. 5 pumps is 7.64. Alright, 8 pumps. 10.7. Right, I'll switch it to metric Imperial now. I don't remember how to do it. Imperial. Switch it off. Switch it back on again. Oh dear. What have I done with the lid? 13.73. Now this is foot-pounds and feet per second. So we'll go for 3 pumps to start with. They're a bit fiddly getting these pellets in this little slot. Right, this is 3 pumps, foot-pounds. So that's 3.86. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 pumps in foot-pounds. So that's 5.8 foot-pounds. Right, this is 8 pumps. 8.39 foot-pounds. So it's not the most powerful of guns out there. Maximum was less than 9 foot-pounds, so in the UK you're well within the legal limit with this. Obviously France were allowed a little bit more, but it's good fun, and I think you'll agree. I've taken the scope off. I'll tell you why in the video where I'm setting the scope up, but I think it has come out quite nice. It's got a lovely feel to it, and it looks modern now. I didn't like that sort of 70s orangey varnish on it, but this finish now, it's like a real nice satin, smooth with the linseed oil and that, and it just feels really, really nice. Obviously all the mechanisms working really nice now. The first few shots were quite down on power. I did put some oil down the barrel to clean it. All these guns I've only got the cleaning kit for the black powder, so I really ought to get a air rifle cleaning kit just for rodding out the barrel and that kind of thing. I'll have to put it on my Christmas list. But yeah, so I'm pretty chuffed with that. It's not as powerful as my Gamo Hunter. That comes in at about 18 joules, I think. Obviously I still need to get some more shots through that, and but yeah, but it's just a good classic air rifle, and if you can get one of these cheap that's in good working order, they're well worth it. They're accurate. They take a little bit of pumping up. The pellets are slightly difficult to find. .20. You know, it's not a 177. It's not a 22. It's somewhere in between. I don't think Benjamin Sheridan do the .20 anymore. You can still get these pump-up rifles in 177 or 22, but they don't do the 2.20 anymore. The pellets are fairly difficult to find. I did source some. I've got 2 tins, so I've got enough pellets to have a bit of fun with, and that's the only downside to it really, that you've got to pump it up. But it's like nowadays everyone's on compressed air or CO2, because I suppose they're snowflakes, aren't they? But this is when men were men. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. Please give it a big thumbs up if you did. Subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.